Hey folks, the other day I called into a radio station that I occasionally put my 2 cents on. And there's screeners because they don't want just some random dude calling in and yelling about this, that, any random conspiracy or or just straight up trolling. But sometimes I get this one woman, and it never goes well. I never get past her as far as a screener goes. That being said, the subject was about the current ice situation where people are dying from these people in their crazy, insane. Um, Well, anyway, so this lady who usually is the person that stops me from getting on the show, the other screeners seem all right. But when I get her, I pretty much guarantee that I knew she's gonna say no. But I brought up, basically what I said is that, there's too much to be said, and I didn't want to say anything, but I just felt compelled to call and talk about it. And I want to say there wasn't any silver bullet to the situation, which she didn't understand the analogy of the werewolf, the single solution to the problem. The problem with the werewolf shooting with a super silver bullet. She was, what does that mean? And so I had to explain that, and I carried on. Anyway, coming up next. So I had brought up the Stanford experiments about the guards and um, the subjects that were considered prison or were told to be prisoners. They ended up shutting it down because of the brutality, and it's kind of a lesson of the inner corruption that you have over power. Because they weren't even criminals, they weren't drug addicts, they weren't anything. They were playing role playing, and just the idea that this person had power over somebody was enough. And you can see this throughout history. It kind of explains why people get denigrated and um, subjugated, etc., etc. Hang on, I'm coming to the end. Hang on. So her reply was, can you get that down to a couple of sentences? And I'm like, yeah, I guess maybe I could try. And she's like, well, I know you want to have a deep conversation about this, but I'm going to say no. And I think I mentioned that, there's some people of color have said that as a white person, I don't have to worry about police. And I kind of come back about the Stanford experience, etc., etc. Um, I don't know if that's what set her off, but she said, I know you'd like to have a deep scientific conversation about this, but I'm going to pass. And I was a little upset, and I tried to call the show even more because of that. It's kind of dumb. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm doing this from. As I just thought of this before I went to bed, so I apologize if this is weird to you, but whatever. We're all human. We lay down, we rest. Anyway, so where was I at? Yeah, so basically, it dawned on me she was the guard. I was the subject. It was I was subjugated, and she was the exalted. I'm like, that was the power relationship, and maybe she's a particularly nasty guard. So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry.